Hello, welcome. This is Blockchain Bloom, the blockchain educator. I'm Attila Pink, and in today's video, I'm going to talk about that can we see already the early signs of a coming altcoin season. The second thing I would like to talk about that even Donald Trump going to be the president in the United States, but it's just happening next year. Can Joe Biden actually do some trouble before it and maybe start World War III, because that would be a very strange situation, put it this way. And we also have a Polish presidential candidate who is saying if you vote for him, he probably also, like Donald Trump, is aiming for a strategic Bitcoin reserve in Poland, making Poland Bitcoin heaven. So that's also an interesting thing. It looks like more and more politicians, not just in the United States, going this way. And let's talk about how gold and at the same time Bitcoin is doing right now. So guys, all this in today's video. And don't forget, every single day I'm bringing you the freshest cryptocurrency and blockchain news here on Blockchain Bloom to keep you up to date. So if that's important, very simple, just subscribe to this YouTube channel and also hit the like button if you like this kind of content. And yeah, now let's just start it. All right, and for start, as usual, let's open this. Yeah, okay, so we can see actually Bitcoin is up 10% in 7 days. So just a little bit under 90,000, 89,888 US dollar at the moment, holding pretty well. Ethereum, 3,062 US dollar. That one is a slightly little bit down, 1.5%. The top gainer in the last 24 hours is Hedera, up 30%, Mantra 24%, and Stellar 20%. The loser of the day is Goat, down 20%, Pit Network 8%, and Dog with Head 8%. And when we're looking at the Bitcoin candlestick chart, we can see that, we had again an amazing week last week, because look at this green weekly candle. Oh, I close this. Yeah, put it this way. So actually, if you remember, then the price, the opening price was 80,427 US dollar, and at the end of the week, the closing price was 89,886 US dollars. So where we are right now, about there. And since that, we have seen it a little bit, going up. But this was, again, a massive green candle, what we witnessed last week. So last week we said, oh, we closed above 80,000, and we almost closed above 90,000 a week later. So actually, so far, so good. And facing towards 100,000. When is it coming? We don't know, but it looks like it's just a matter of time. And well, we can see that Bitcoin is going up. There's no problem, but we also see some altcoins started to really perform well. And now let's raise the question: is the altcoin season coming pretty soon? So, well, when we're looking at the altcoin season index, then we can see that we are at 39 at the moment. And we do know that under 25, we're talking about Bitcoin season. Above 75, it's altcoin season. So, and when we're looking at the big picture, every single time, altcoin season, Bitcoin season, altcoin season, Bitcoin season. So up and down, up and down. So they, one after each other. Therefore, we are much closer to the Bitcoin season, but we're left with 25-ish zone and started to slightly go higher and higher. So it's not altcoin season yet, but it could start actually anytime, to be honest with you. Anytime the altcoins can go higher and higher, because they're performing actually, some of them already quite well. If you're just talking about Solana, for example, have a look at that one. When I just scroll down here a little bit, look, Solana, it was, but right now it is 8% from its all-time high. Very, very close to some of them. Cardano, it's not that close to all-time high, but actually performed pretty well recently. Sleeping giant, put it this way, because for why you would think about Cardano if you're not in the the Cardano army, or how you can say it. That's what's happening with Cardano, not too much. And look, recently has done some moves, but we're going to see in which way it's continuing. And when we're looking at Bitcoin dominance, then we can see that actually now it's a little bit getting flat here, but still, as you can see, almost at 60%. But And now let's talk about this here. Is that the one what I wanted? Yes. Right. So what you can see here is the altcoins, not including Ethereum, and of course not including Bitcoin. And you can see this cap and handle pattern as well. It's not a perfect one because, you know, this one here, it's topped here and this one is here. It's a little bit down, but it doesn't really matter because what we witness here, and this is the weekly chart, that after several weeks, since, you know, we had this here in April, beginning of April, 1st of April, since that, this is just going down, 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 down. And then sideways, and then we started to go up since the 4th of November, obviously, after the election. And we can see that the first time last week, we closed above the level what we have reached, you know, earlier in this spring. You know, before we were just higher back in 2022 in March. So since the new bull market started, we haven't seen altcoins on this level, and this breakout is very important. But then when we're looking at this level, I think this is what I'm also watching. It should be important not just go above it, what we have seen last week and also today, but, you know, close this week above it. And I think if this was happening and we continue, then it could give a push to the altcoin market. When we're looking at the smaller caps, so not including the top 10, then those ones are, you know, down a little bit, as you can see. So, well, there's not too much happening, but the bigger ones, just because we have seen, you know, performance. Look at this here in the top 10. You know, Solana went very well, you know. Then we had XRP going 92% in a week, right? Dogecoin, we do know what that performed. Cardano also went very well. So it's very important what's happening here in the top 10. Look, but Sui is coming up also very, very nicely and doing pretty well. You know, 3.6 US dollars. It was not long ago that it was under $1, for example. And of course, Pepe and some others. So the top by market cap is also doing pretty well among the altcoins. So that's why this big difference. But overall, this is what I'm watching right now, because if we close above that line and then we start to go higher, this could mean that actually money starts to flow also into altcoins, first in the bigger ones and then maybe to the smaller ones. And of course, definitely memes. Memes are doing, you know, also extremely well recently. And we could see that, talked about it last week, that Coinbase app in the United States is back as the #1 financial app. That's usually one of the signs that retail is back. In Google Trends, I also showed you last week, you know, we can see that the search for the word Bitcoin has increased significantly. Yeah, and all these signs showing retail coming back, and those are the guys who actually really start to push the altcoin. So keep an eye on it because it could be worth it. Right. Okay, next topic. It's all about, you know, a little bit bad news. Joe Biden allows Ukraine to use US arms to strike inside Russia. For me, actually, something which mystery I really don't understand. Recently, we had the election, right? The future president of the United States will be Donald Trump. These guys having another 2 months to go. So, you know, it should be like, you know, we do know that Trump would like to stop the war. This is what, you know, Trump is now aiming for. At least this is what he's communicating, put it this way, right? So these guys now, Biden, you know, Joe Biden administration has allowed Ukraine to use US-made weapons to strike deep into Russia. Two US officials and a source familiar with the decision said on Sunday in a significant reverse of Washington policy in the Ukraine-Russian conflict. Doesn't matter. And also we have seen Biden talking about things. So this is interesting because, you know, there are like memes on X on it that, well, you know, I can actually just start World War III in my last 2 months or something like that. So that's crazy. How it should be if you are already about to leave. Do not make these kind of significant decisions which can have an impact. It could have an impact on the market as well, but obviously I'm not talking just about the market here, about people's life and so on and so forth. But you know, when we look at crypto, not too much happened to crypto. Bitcoin, after this announcement, is still going up. But yeah, I think this is actually something which I really don't understand, why they have to announce these kind of things if they have 2 months to go. Anyway, right, but politicians focusing more and more on Bitcoin. We have another candidate in Poland, at the presidential election, and he's also very much for Bitcoin. And what he said, I'll tell you in a second. So we do know how Donald Trump used Bitcoin in his campaign in the United States, and partly because of this crypto things, he was very, very successful and actually won the election. I'm not saying because of the crypto, but crypto also pushed him in that direction. And now we have Sławomir Mencen, I hope I said it well, Polish presidential candidate, and who, vowed to create Bitcoin reserve if elected in 2025. So not just the United States, but even Poland could think about if, and that's a big if, of course. To be honest with you, I'm really not sure what kind of chances he had. I didn't dig deep into that, but just this one popped up, and I just wanted to mention that there are other candidates campaigning with Bitcoin. Look at this tweet. Poland should create a strategic Bitcoin reserve. If I become a president of Poland, our country will become cryptocurrency heaven. That's heaven. Okay. With very friendly regulations, low tax, and supportive approach from banks and regulators. Bitcoin to the moon. So here we go. Another country, much smaller country with less influence, but just look at the direction, which direction we're going. So more and more politicians will be for Bitcoin, realizing how important it is, or at least how popular it is, and campaigning with this. Of course, what they're doing after that, they elected, it's another thing, but the campaign's shaping towards rather Bitcoin. Okay. And now finally, let's talk about the situation of gold and Bitcoin, because so many times people said that, look, gold is going up, what's happening with Bitcoin? And now it's a little bit vice versa. Okay, so look at this. This is gold chart. Basically, since, we had the end of October kind of thing, the price of gold is going down. It was 9% down. Now it's a little bit less. Actually, today is the first day after a couple of days it started to come back. On the other hand, when we're looking at Bitcoin, then we see Bitcoin going up almost 40%, and now it's a little bit going sideways in the same time period. So yes, we can see that there were times when actually Bitcoin was sideways and not too much wasn't too much doing. Why gold was going up, but now gold started to go down, Bitcoin started to go up. So yeah, and also when we're looking at the big picture, how gold performed in the whole year, since January, for example, and Bitcoin did much better. But yes, there was a period when actually Bitcoin was a bit sideways and gold was going up. Now it's another situation. So this could always change. Guys, that's it for today. And don't forget, every single day, I bring you the freshest cryptocurrency and blockchain news to keep you up to date. So don't forget, hit the subscribe button if you don't want to miss a single important information. And also hit the like button if you like this kind of content. Right. So see you in the next one. Have a good one. Bye-bye.